Hey guys, welcome to Furniture Flipping Teacher. My name is Lauren and I am a full-time kindergarten teacher who also flips furniture on the side in order to earn a profit to put straight toward my student loan debt. This video is going to be about selling on Facebook Marketplace. I sell furniture on Facebook Marketplace, but this is going to be about how to successfully sell anything on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to be using these two end tables as an example of how to sell on Facebook Marketplace with success. I bought these two tables at Goodwill for $15 for the pair, so we're going to see how much profit we can make. So what is Facebook Marketplace? It is an aspect of Facebook that allows you to virtually sell anything. It reminds me of an online huge garage sale where there's anything and everything that you could ever think of to buy, and it's all on Facebook Marketplace. So Facebook Marketplace has tons of features that are awesome for sellers. You can follow people on Marketplace. So if you're selling bunches of things and people are interested in your items, they might give you a follow, and that means that they are going to be notified every single time that you post an item on Facebook Marketplace to sell. They also have things like saving and sending items to each other. So saving an item means that if the buyers or the people who are looking at your items are saving yours, that they may want to come back and check later if you have lowered the price or if you have sold it. And then things like sharing with friends, sharing with spouses, that allows you to send messages for things that you find interested. Maybe you need to confirm with someone, maybe you need to see if they like it, so you can send that via messenger to the person, and then you can decide if you want it from there. This is why Facebook Marketplace is my go-to platform to sell my furniture, among other things. It is easy to use, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. It has tons and tons of eyes on it daily because it's at your fingertips. People are on Facebook all the time, and it's really easy to tap that button and see what's for sale around you. And the best part is, it is free for anyone to post any product. Let's get into the how. So how do we post things on Facebook Marketplace? Well, there's a few steps that you have to go through before posting. So the first thing, the most important thing, is taking photos. There's a couple of things that are important in taking photos. The first thing is to stage the item that you are trying to sell so that the people who are looking to buy it can imagine it in their own home. They can have a vision for how it would look like in their own home. The second thing is lighting. Lighting is so important because that makes sure that the coloring is correct. That makes sure that, again, they can see it, envision it in their own home. And I'm going to take you around my house to show you some different circumstances with lighting. Some people may not have as much space as other people. I personally stage my things in my garage with a staging wall and tons of great lighting. But there are tons of other ways that you can stage items, and all it takes is a little bit of work to find a great spot in your house. So we are going to start with the most ideal location to have pictures taken to post onto Facebook Marketplace. I have a staging wall. This is something that I built back a couple of months ago because I knew that I was going to be getting into furniture flipping, and I knew that I needed a space that I could take photos. Another awesome thing about having a staging wall is that you get consistent quality photos. So I don't have a big workload because I know what I expect in my lighting, and I'm able to just take the photo and post it right away. So if you have the space for a staging wall, I just got these panels at Lowe's, hooked them to the wall, and boom, I have a staging wall. So this is going to be just a little bit of showing you how I stage things, because again, I want to make sure that the people are going to be able to imagine it in their house. Now, I don't want you to think that you have to go out and buy a whole bunch of things for staging your items. If you don't have furniture that you're selling, just having the item in a well-lit place is also the most ideal thing for your posting. We have these huge lights because we do video production as well, but if you don't have access to big lights, you don't want to spend the extra money, there's this great thing called sunlight. So generally we'll also open up the garage when it's warm out and we will get that beautiful daylight, which is great lighting as well. And here is an example of some really awful lighting that you don't want to do when you're taking photos. I'll take a photo. Not only does this have bad lighting, it also has clutter everywhere. Even if you don't have a staging wall and you have a garage, find a wall in your garage that you can clear out and make it look like a nice background. Don't have clutter in the background. It just is very distracting and it takes away from the item that you are trying to sell. So let's say that you're not a furniture flipper, or you just have some items around the house that you are trying to get rid of and you want to make a little extra cash. So take the item. I'm going to show you how to stage this water bottle. It's still very important that you have good lighting and that you make the area around the item that you're taking a photo of look nice. So I'm going to show you how to stage this water bottle for a nice photo. So I've moved placemats out of the way. I've moved the salt and pepper shakers out of the way. We're in the kitchen. That's not an ideal place, but it has great lighting coming in the window, the daylight I was talking about earlier, and I'm just making sure that I get every angle of the item that I'm taking a photo of. I'm going to show you a quick example of a photo that is taken without good lighting and without a good background. As you can see, the photo is very dark and it's hard to even tell what is for sale since there's so many other things in the background of the photo as well. So obviously everybody has access to the outdoors, so this is another great location to take photos. Again, it's not the most ideal, but you can make it work if that's all you have access to. So I'm going to show you how to stage this chair if you're trying to take a good photo and all you have is outside. I'm going to make sure that I have the blank background and that there's no distractions in the back of the picture. So let me show you how I do it. Again, it's not the most ideal, but another option would be to throw a rug down in front of your garage. That way it's not just cement floor. But now I'm going to show you a not so good picture taken outside. So obviously I have a whole bunch of distractions in the background of this photo that I'm about to take. The trash can, nobody wants to see that in their photos. So in this photo, you can't even tell what I'm selling. There's like 6 other items in that photo. So it's like, are you selling the chair? Are you selling the shovel, the rake, the trash can? Like, they don't know what I'm selling. So make sure that your item is front and center with no distractions in the back. Now let's head back inside and wrap it up. The moral of the story is, in order to get successful pictures, you need to have good lighting and you need to have a clutter-free background, and that's how you're gonna have success selling your items on Facebook Marketplace. Now, let's get into how to actually post the item for sale. All right, so the first thing you need to do in order to list an item on Facebook Marketplace is to open up the Facebook app. Down at the bottom, you're gonna see a house and then you're gonna see a market. Now at the top, you're gonna see a button that says selling. We're selling something today, so go ahead and click on the selling button and then create a new listing right at the top. We are gonna list an item, so click items. And then the first most important part is to add photos. You can add up to 10 photos on your post, so make sure that you take enough photos so that the person can continue to see each side of the item and that they can get the most information out of the photos as possible. I always like to do 10 photos with my furniture pieces because I can do different angles and they can see what the whole piece looks like. Then we're gonna go to the top and we're gonna click done. And there's all your photos. Always make sure that the best photo is first so that they can capture the whole object in the first photo. Next, we're gonna go down to title. In the title, you wanna make sure that just by seeing the first couple of words that they know what they are looking at. I like to include the style of furniture that I am posting. So mid-century in this case. And then the color is very important to have. And then the actual name of the object. So I am listing end tables, so I'm going to make sure to include that in the title. Now for pricing. Pricing depends on where you live, so be sure to do research on your own Facebook Marketplace in your area to figure out what to list things at. Check and see what other dressers are going for. Check and see what other water bottles are going for, and so on, because every single market is different. In my area, I think that I can get about $80 from these two end tables, so that's the price I'm gonna go with. The category, so generally it'll fill it in for you because with technology, it can look at the photo and your title and it can guess and see what you are selling. If you don't like the category that it's selected for you, then you can click the little arrow here and you can go through. There's tons of things that you could list and categorize your item as. In this case, they got it right. It was end tables and side tables, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. I'm gonna scroll down and I'm going to go to the description. Now, I've had a lot of interest in what I put in my description, so I'm gonna take you guys step by step so that you can get some tips from me as well. I like to repeat the title in the description. So this is a mid-century black and gold end tables. And there are two of them, so I'll even write two so that people are not wondering. And then you basically just want to describe your item, tell them everything that there is to know about it, make them understand what it may be used for in their home. I like to say it could be used for this, it could be used for this. So I'm going to put these would be a perfect addition to any home. They are trendy and would look nice next to a couch or bedside. Not only did I explain that it was trendy, but I also explained two locations in their home that this item could be used for. Next, we're gonna go down and I'm going to describe the item and the shape that it is in. We are going to make sure that we say if it is smoke-free, pet-free, things like that. In my case, both of those things are true, so I'm gonna do smoke-free, pet-free, and then I'm gonna list also that things like scratches and chips and dents are not there. You need to be honest, because if there's a flaw in the item that you're trying to sell, you want to express that and voice that so that the buyer and you are not wasting their time. So no scratches, no chips or dents. Okay, then I am going to go down again and I am going to list the dimensions. The dimensions are very important for a couple of reasons. The first one is so that they can load the item, especially if you are selling bigger furniture. They need to know, can I fit it in my car? Can I fit it in a truck? Things like that. And then if you're selling a water bottle, I'm sure they're going to want to know how big that water bottle is. So for dimensions, these end tables I measured earlier, they were 18 inches tall, so that's the height, and they were 22 inches wide and 22 inches deep. So I like to just do some abbreviations. And we go down again, and this is where I like to express form of payment, where they can pick it up, and how to get in contact with me. I only get contacted through Facebook Marketplace. I never give out my phone number, my email, any of that. Facebook Marketplace has seemed to be pretty secure for me, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. I always say message me for details because I don't want to be chatting in the comments on my posts. I want to message directly to the person who is interested. Then I say pick up in, and then I list my city. I'm not going to put my city on here, but wherever your pickup location is, be sure to be specific, but do not give out your actual address. Maybe just say a city or a surrounding street or crossroads area. That would be a good location. If you want to meet somewhere away from your house, then say meet at blah, 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 whatever you want to meet. Sometimes it may be a little bit safer to meet out. Sometimes it may be a little bit safer to meet away from your home, so that way you don't have lots of people coming to and from. But if you want to list wherever you want it to be picked up, at least have the name of the city. Then move down again and then talk about forms of payment. I like to have cash and Venmo accepted. I definitely recommend that you don't only have one form of payment that you accept. I always recommend cash and then another form of payment at least, whether it be Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, Apple Pay, Google Pay. There are so many out there. Be sure to offer as many payment options as you can to make it easier for the buyer to give you the money. So now we go down to tags. And the tags are keywords that people are searching for on Facebook Marketplace. So this takes a little bit of thinking and a little bit of creativity, but again, I'm gonna keep honest. I am going to think about if people are looking for what I am selling, what are they going to type in? They might type in things like furniture because that's what it is. Now, furniture is very broad, but I want mine to still pop up when they say furniture. Then another item would be end tables because that's the actual name of what the product I am selling is. Then I am going to think about the color of the item. Maybe they're searching for black furniture, so I want to type in black. Maybe they're searching for gold furniture, so I want to type in gold. Maybe they're searching for end tables, but maybe they don't call them end tables. Maybe they call them side tables. So I'm gonna put side tables. Then I wanna put the style of furniture because some people are looking for mid-century furniture, vintage furniture, farmhouse furniture. I am going to put mid-century. And then I am going to put the material that it's made out of. So this is glass tables, okay? Things like that, things that you think people would use to, things that you think people would search in order to find your product. And from there, that is your posting. So you're gonna go up to the top and you're gonna click next. This is where it has your location zip code, and I'm not going to show you my location zip code, but you want to make sure that it's in a precise area. That way when people go and look at the location on Facebook Marketplace, they have a general sense of where. It doesn't pinpoint exactly where your house is or where you're posting from, but if it has a zip code, it can make a circle on the map and it's in this general area. So make sure that is correct. And then click next down at the bottom. This is where I am going to give you a bonus tip. Not only are we posting to Facebook Marketplace, but I suggest that you join your local buy, sell, trade groups. I am a part of over 20 other groups, and you're only allowed to post in 20, but I think that being a part of as many as possible is an awesome thing. I am a part of surrounding areas around my city. So there's buy, sell, trade, there's sell, trade, there's exchanges, there's different things like free or no buy pages. There's tons of pages with different titles. Search in your area and ask to join those groups so that you can reach more and more people. So I always like to list it in as many places as possible. That way I am able to reach as many people as possible. So not only am I posting it to Marketplace, I'm posting it to 20 other local groups so people can see my listing. And then my last step is to push publish. So it'll take a little while to publish your listing because Facebook Marketplace does review every single post that goes on their marketplace. So keep that in mind. It'll say in review and it'll come up. Usually it only takes about 5 minutes or less. I've had a couple where it took a little bit longer, but generally about 5 minutes for it to post, and then people are able to see your listing. So now that I've taken you guys through the process of posting an item on Facebook Marketplace, now is the fun part. We get to wait and we get to wait and we get to wait until we get our first inquiry, and then people will start messaging you if they want to buy your item. A lot of the times people will say, is this interest, or a lot of the times people will say, is this still available? Or I'm interested in this item, because those are buttons that people can actually push when they click on an item. So it'll just send you a message and then you'll get, is this available? Is this available? Is this available? So I personally always like to say, yes, are you interested? Because I don't want to just say yes, because I want them to respond back to me. So I always say, are you interested? That way that starts the conversation a little bit more, and that allows them to say yes, or that allows them to say, oops, I accidentally clicked that button, sorry. So that just makes the conversation start, and then from there you can converse with people. Some items may take an hour to sell, some items may take 10, 20, 30 days to sell. And at that point, you can decide if you want to fluctuate your price. And I'm gonna go to the garage now so that we can wrap this up. So I hope you guys are able to find some tips during this video. Again, just be sure to make sure that you have good lighting and good background for your photos that you're gonna post on Facebook Marketplace. It truly does make all of the difference. If you want to see how much I can get out of these end tables, be sure to go over to my Instagram at Furniture Flipping Teacher. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I am the Furniture Flipping Teacher. I am on a journey to pay off my student loan debt with the furniture that I flip and then sell on Facebook Marketplace. If you want to be a part of the journey, be sure to get subscribed down below. Drop a comment if you have any questions on how to sell things on Facebook Marketplace. I would love to help you out, and I'll see you on the flip side.